After breaking into the house, I'd better not touch anything before meeting the owner. Hi, hope I'm not intruding. The door was open. I was wondering if...
Of course, come in, my dear. But of course you're not intruding. After all, we know each other.
We do? Oh yes, you own the restaurant on 20th Street.
Yes, that's right. I lived a very different life back then. Did you know that I employed over 30 people in that restaurant? And I only ever met 2 of them? The young man I made manager, and...
Me? Wow. Yeah, I remember. Actually, I remember the day I met you well. It was my 20th birthday. So it was 5 years, 4 months, and 2 days ago.
25. Wonderful. I remember you didn't want to get any smarter.
You still have a good memory. Intelligence was the only thing I was sure of in myself back then.
I knew you were very smart from the first moment I saw you at the door holding a tray. I'd like to test you. May I?
Sure, I'm curious how I'd score. It's been a while since I had to be smart.
When I retired, I picked up this hobby of connecting things together and making strange stuff. See this noisy TV? With a secret code, you can connect it to the global TV network of 100 years ago.
Are you kidding? There was no TV 100 years ago.
Don't doubt an old man who's got a death ticket in his hand. TV or not, the waves are still floating in the air.
Maybe you're right. Let me have a closer look at your inventions. It might come in handy someday. I love the feel of this painting. Snow in a war zone. What else could go wrong? They must have been a rich family to have their portraits painted. Oh, the threads revealed the teddy bear. Looks like I have come close to solving the dilemma.
I can't believe it. It's always earthquakes on TV. Come over here, girl. Watch what you're going to see all the time until you get to my age.
This is really strange. How did this happen?
What's strange about it? Don't you ever watch news?
I mean, how did you connect those things, and how are we watching footage from 100 years ago?
All that matters is that you solve it. Oh, did you hear that? Something fell. I think it's the lingering effects of quake waves.
Seriously, I'm not buying this anymore. Let me have a look around your flat and see what's going on. Huh, lucky this thing fell. So the films were hidden here all alone. If I don't say anything, he won't notice they are missing. Was I falling asleep? No. Just my eyes going blurry. Perhaps I will have to drag myself like a semi-conscious corpse through life forever. And forget the joy of sleeping. I wish I could collapse right here and no one would bother me for a few days. What if I've fallen and hit my head once and lost a part of my memory? Then why do I not forget other things? If someone asked my name right now, I might confuse everything.
Miss Mizuki? Miss Mizuki? Hello? Miss Mizuki, can you hear me?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to someone else.
Well, let's get back on topic. Can you tell me to whom Wagner wrote of his fascination with Schopenhauer and Tristan?
Franz Liszt.
Huh, impressive. Now tell me, Wagner's wife wrote that he remained unsatisfied with which opera?
Tannhäuser?
Huh, how did you know?
I hope a little sugar won't affect my brain.
Parsifal, an opera in 3 acts.
Whoa, enough. I don't think I'm ready to memorize the whole history of music. Would you like a donut from Mr. Donut?
I love those donuts! Don't tell my mom I had one.
I won't, don't worry.
Are you looking for Mr. Spaghetti too?
Mr. Who? Has someone disappeared again?
Didn't you hear his wife shouting on the phone? He was the only neighbor without children that I was friends with him, because he liked animals. And whenever he made spaghetti, he would bring me some.
I did hear his wife, but thought it was just a domestic quarrel. Sounds like an interesting man. Do you miss him?
Of course I miss him. How are you living in this building and still didn't realize Mr. Spaghetti ran off?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't been paying a lot of attention.
Uh-huh. Well, if he comes back, could you give him this film canister? We're moving out.
Sure. By the way, I should bring you some homemade donuts. Then you will have 2 grown-up friends, Mr. Spaghetti and Miss Donut. It might be a good idea to have a look inside this box. Hey! What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to stay in the inventory? Stay still. How much noise it makes.
Are you here to talk about music, or do you need anything?
Could I please get some flour? I'm in a rush, but I'll be back someday to talk art. By the way, I've been meaning to ask you something. I just remembered as I saw the closed doors of the movie theater.
What is it? I hope you're not adding something new to my responsibilities.
Why did you stop the weekly film screenings there?
Because we couldn't get the money to buy a new player. Also, the neighbors aren't very sociable. It's hard to get them all together at the same time.
I remember you had a collection of the best 35mm films. Let's set it up again. I love old technology.
A friend of mine borrowed them and never gave them back. It ruined our friendship.
Why don't you go to his house and ask for your films?
I'm over it now. No time for old films. But if you want them so much, why don't you go yourself? Take this road straight up until you get to...
Hey Jack, can you believe your friend used to be my boss?
No way. What a small world. So you were able to use your relationship to get the films?
Well, I use my smarts. By the way, you wouldn't believe the things that happened in his house.
I do believe. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that old man is crazy. Anyway, thanks for returning my collection. Didn't want to admit how much I miss these silly old things.
Wow, aren't you that famous opera singer? Is it true you resigned recently?
Yes, that's me. And yes, it's true. I got tired of the fame and glamour. I'd rather sing on the streets for my own sake and to make the average passerby feel a little happier. But you know how people are. They started making up stories about me.
Yes, there was a rumor going about you. They said you fell asleep under a blind willow tree, and when you woke up, you realized tiny flies had crawled into your mouth, and you'd lose your voice in a matter of months.
A very creative rumor indeed. I don't even think a blind willow really exists. But the flies are a very real possibility. They're all around us right now, waiting for me to open my mouth.
Well, since you haven't lost your voice, maybe you can help me? I've got this frequency diagram here. Think you could sing it? I've heard you can create sounds so vivid that you could touch them.
Now that one isn't a rumor. Some people like to keep my songs in glass displays, holding them for the day they'll have a device that can replay them. Give me a diagram to read. It would be my pleasure.
This is the diagram that shows the frequencies. Here, drink some orange juice. Wow, so those are the frequencies. Oh, hey, why are you going up? Going to a counselor is one of those expensive things you think twice about. It's best if Marta doesn't see her cat in this shape. Although, I think the cat is happier here. Even the alley is frightening, let alone inside that door. I shouldn't go in before knowing more. Oh, what are you doing here? Hiding in the corner to scare the girls, like when we were kids.
I'd like to scare you even now so you won't come back around here. Too bad I have more important things to do.
Are you gonna slash someone again? Or have you found your dream job as a spy at last?
Could you just shut up and let me focus? You'll read about my big job in the newspapers later.
This is the diagram that shows the frequencies. Here, drink some orange juice. How could a human have sung these frequencies?
How did you find these? Look how desperate they are to get into the machine.
What would he have done without me? Chasing the birds and bees for the frequencies?
Yeah. Don't act like you're not getting anything out of this. Next time you come over, the machine will be ready and you can take it with you to show off.
As our friend said, maybe I should take it and brag about it. I searched about with the DTMF, and all the results were about telephone tones and their signals. I wish it were more of a musical invention. You do remember you're not supposed to talk about that secret with anyone, right? Looks like you need reminding.
You mean you really think something might slip from my mouth?
Let me see what film Mr. Spaghetti gave to the little girl. She probably had no way of actually watching it. Looks like it's someone's first attempt in using editing techniques. It reminds me of my lost cat. I still dream of her. It's his hobby to start carving on things when he's free. The elephant is missing, and it's an unsolved case. I do hope they can't find him. Hey, do you know where the elephant might be?
Honestly, I think the man who's always cooking spaghetti has something to do with it. Oh, no! You tricked me into blurting out secrets! Go away now!
The house with the green roof and...
Hey, look, I deserve this prize. Don't you dare take my place. Huh. Good luck.
I hate littering. Looks like it's been a while since any water has been running down this bathroom sink. Maybe the pipes are broken. Only a thumb-sized gardener could have made this garden. This looks like a good place to plant new seeds. I wish I could get small enough to get in and see what's going on. If the elephant is in there, I need to see whether he comes and goes from here. I've learned this spy trick from children's books. It might work. I should tell the little girl that her homemade donut will take a little longer to make now. Superb! The new issue of Tips and Tricks magazine. Oh, forgot to check if the elephant's footprints are left on the flower. Kardash is a funny, creative man. Look how he managed to send me a message. Superb! The new issue of Tips and Tricks magazine. Mr. Amaro, I've missed you.
Ah, Mizuki. I was thinking about you last night on the beach. It's been months since you last sat with me by the fire.
That's true. With the insomnia that I have, I don't know why I didn't think of spending those sleepless hours with you on the beach.
Are you also sleepless because of the noise coming from your neighbor's fridge?
Oh, no, just Too many thoughts and worries. Or maybe I miss my mother and sister, and the fire on the beach makes that even worse.
Mizuki, you know well that your family really... Oh, forget it.
You're right, Mr. Romero. I never had a good family like you did. How are they, by the way?
Everyone is well. They're all in the city except for Henry, who is spending his school break here with me. He should be somewhere around here. You know, he thinks about his friends all the time after that incident.
Hello, Niall. Someone must have finally found a way to get you out of the lab.
It's really hard to get me away from there. I only needed a few more microbes on the canvas to finish my master work. But when Ray says let's go to the beach, then we gotta go to the beach.
You can't decline the invitation when Mr. Romero starts a beach bonfire.
All too true. I bet if there was an international championship for it, Chris would win with a large margin.
Ray, heard you're going to CERN for an internship.
Yes. How fast you all heard. It's a great opportunity and I'm very excited, but I think I'm gonna miss it here.
You knew you had to go somewhere far from the first day you decided to work on particle physics.
Yes, I knew. But it all became real last night when I was lying next to the fire on the beach. I felt it would be so hard to leave this place.
The old trick worked, but anyone could see the footprints and find out where the elephant is hiding. I should alert them. Hey, the elephant is in danger. I'm not joking. I must find another way to communicate with this loner. I wish it were cleaner. Did you come to the beach by yourself today? I've seen you and your mother a couple of times when I passed by there.
Yes? I don't know where my mother is. The fire is burning out and she has to take me home. Don't mean to be rude, but I really don't want to talk. I'd rather save my energy.
I should pick it up before it's gone. I need a sharp thing to cut it off. Hi, Henry. How's it going? I just saw your dad in the square.
Yeah, he was on the beach till dawn playing with fire.
How are you? What are you up to these days? Do you still write stories like that one? Henry does not have an oven, but he does have a microwave.
No, not anymore. I'm spending most of my time on a book for a friend, called My Swimming Day.
This lighthouse was built in 1889 by the famous sailor Red Eye Ferdinand. Why are you following me? Can't you find someone else to stay up with you?
Don't walk too fast. To tell you the truth, I've built this place myself. I don't think I can let you go anytime soon. I'm full of energy, and I don't know anyone else.
I love copper pots and plates, but this looks incomplete. These are probably the old sailor's personal belongings. I'm worried that if I pick these up, the ghost of the lighthouse's owner might come get me. There have been horror stories about this place. Throughout the century, important news were relayed on this telephone. I wouldn't have guessed that the lighthouse lens is this big. Michael Kramer, a brave sailor and also a great pianist who lived decades ago. They say he always put a jar containing an extra finger on his piano while playing, and the finger started dancing to the tempo of the song. To Dear Fred. Can you believe this vinyl belongs to my high school close friend Farhad? He is a music enthusiast, and it's strange he left this here amongst this junk. I should save it before it breaks, like all other things here. The oil inside is as black as Indian ink from years of oxidation. Oh no, the little girl has moved out sooner than I thought they would. I couldn't keep my promise. Now I know why Farhad left that vinyl in the lighthouse. He only listens to Bach piano pieces if they were played by Glenn Gould.